Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Listen, first and foremost, I want to say welcome to the show, and I hope everybody's doing good during this COVID-19 global epidemic. I'm praying for everybody, and I'm praying for your families. I'm praying that, everyone's staying safe and that we're not stressing out too much. And above all, I'm praying for good health for all of you. Listen, if you guys enjoy this podcast, please go to corpsecollection.com. Grab you a shirt, a hoodie, a beanie, whatever. And the money goes and filters into, first off to support my family, but it also supports this podcast. Help me buy some microphones, man. Help me buy, some stuff to bring you guys some better content. Because right now, I just do this shit all for fun. I do it so that you guys can enjoy it and, give myself a chance to talk to some of my best friends on a consistent basis. Listen, today's show, I bring to you one of my good friends. This man is an amazing dancer. He's a leader. He's an intellect. He's very thoughtful with the things that he says and does. And he's somebody that I truly admire. He's somebody that I came into contact with when I first started getting into crumping. And I watched him grow. He watched me grow. He goes by the name Gruesome. He's also known as J. Stryker, a part of the Beast Camp Crump family. My brother, welcome to the show, the wonderful and powerful Garrett Flowers.
Yo.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on with you, brother? Dude, thank you for being on the show with me.
Oh, no problem, of course.
Fucking first and foremost, bro, how are you doing, man? Is everything solid your way, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm back home in Long Beach right now. Everything's good, bro. I'm eating healthy. Quarantine is allowing me to cook more, so I just cook all the time now. So I already eat a little healthy. I'm good. Pops is good. We in the house, bro. We not doing nothing crazy. We just in the house chilling. So yeah, man, I'm all right.
Yeah, bro. Like a lot of people that I've been talking to lately have just been just taking the time to kind of rest up and fucking kind of find their center again and shit, and that makes me really happy, So it makes me happy to hear that, bro.
Oh, of course, man. I'm happy that everyone is. I think quarantine affects everyone differently. I think it's most people are inside, people are waiting to be outside, but for me, it just help me be productive. So yeah, bro, I'm glad that we're doing a podcast because it's dope, man. I'm yo, you doing a podcast? And I'm honored to even be on. So yeah.
Oh, dude, the honor is all mine, man. And it's been crazy because I feel like this is kind of the future now of radio and TV and magazines and shit. You know what I mean? Something people can listen to passively. So it's dope, man. We're making our stamp in history here.
Oh yeah, you guys definitely are. I'm proud of you, man. It's a big step actually because it's the platform can get bigger and bigger and bigger. Man, genius, I say.
Well, real quick, bro. Before we jump into some shit, because there is some shit I want to pick your noodle about. But real quick, let the people know, who you are and some things that you got planned for the future, bro.
My real name is Garrett Flowers. I'm 27, college student, I plan on trying to graduate, get my bachelor's degree, work in the clinical field for psychology. If not, become a licensed therapist. Crump name I go by J. Stryker, aka Gruesome. I recently developed my own name, so yeah, Gruesome. Be on the way for more footage and whatnot. Still trying to take over the Crump world. Not really, but I'm still trying to just continue to inspire people and continue to let people know, especially people who have who deal with depression, who deal with anxiety in the dance, that you're not alone. To continue to spread positivity within the community, and also just continue to just teach and be a teacher to students, and still be a student. Still remain humble and teach people the right path to go on. Is that too much?
Nah, man, dude. And you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what what are some of the anxieties and depression? Because I mean, we're both from the same fam. So people who don't know, Strikers and Beast, Street Beast, Bad Beast, were all a part of the Beast Camp. And so, you know, my personal opinion, we the baddest motherfuckers in the world. You know what I mean? Like
Facts.
worldwide. But you know, everybody's got the motherfucking
Of
opinions. But
course.
we the baddest ones. So there is definitely, you know, some pressures that come along with that. I've felt it. I know you feel it as a JR. And what, like, and you already said, like, you have your own struggles with anxiety and depressions, and that's something that I've been wanting to talk about, you know, kind of dabble in with the smoking section for this season. And like, what are some of the ones that you face inside and outside of dance, bro, and how do you cope with it?
Man, I want to say, I think outside of dance, I've gotten really better with not really being. I think I feel like I'm out of the season of being depressed. I was out of. It was a huge depression. It looks like a lot of stuff was happening. I had a lot of things going on where life was just messing up. I was questioning my faith. I was having issues with my ex-girlfriend. I had suicidal thoughts at one point, and then I just at one point it just felt like this can't be it. You know, this can't be the end of my life, or this can't be like I felt like I just had to move. I felt like this can't be it. You know, this can't be the last like how my life is going to play out. Like there's more to life than just living in this environment and living in a time where I wasn't progressing or not moving forward or living in a slump. So a lot of it was manifestation, bro. I think I don't know who said it, but the biggest thing, everything starts mental. So changing your positivity, like as far as positivity and everything else, having positive thoughts, all that is like really essential, I feel. Are you in a tunnel?
Who, me?
Yeah. I feel like I heard the wind.
Uh, nah, it's well, I am coming over the grade right here, coming down into Camarillo right
Okay,
now.
cool. I was like, oh, I can't hear him. Nah, but yeah, I feel like it was for me like everything starts mentally. A thought, like visually seeing things, like visually seeing things before it transpires is really important. So in order for me to get to that point, I was doing constant prayer, trying to get my faith back right. But I was also there's the sleep meditations where I had these like it's like an automatic thing where someone is talking you into like your sleep, but also talking you into like affirmations and telling you, you know what, this is what you want to do. You're manifesting all your great ideas, and you're trying to get your thoughts out of it. And as you're asleep, the person is telling you affirmations like, "Oh, you're going to do this. I am this. I am that. I am staying." Which like we're assuring yourself that I am great. I am that. It's giving you self value as you sleep, and then you wake up. It's kind of just instilled. It's teaching your mind that. So for me, that was something that helped me just get out of that.
See, and for me, like I feel like a lot of people get affirmations and things like confused of, you know, say it once and now I'm great. Like, nah, it's something that we have to consistently do. We have to consistently practice, something that we gotta continue to put our energy towards every
Right.
day. You know what I mean? Even when we face
Right.
these
I think that's
trials.
something that's important because it's going to be hard. You know, that's something that I realized. One of the things that we have to understand is that change requires hardship in any field. It requires a sense of commitment for one, but it does have a part of challenge. I don't say hard because when I say hard, I think of the impossible. So I say challenging as, oh, it's a challenge, meaning I can overcome it. So for me, so it's a challenge. It's really changing is a challenge. But once you fall in love with the journey, you'll like want to change, you know?
Yeah. See, even the word impossible, I've started to look at different because, you know, I first looked at, you know, when they said depression, you know, if you rearrange the letters of depression, you get I
Wow,
pressed on.
nice.
And and so I took impossible and I was like, you know, how can anything be impossible when possible lies within it? You know what I'm saying? So possibility is always there as long as we keep our affirmations intact. You know what I'm saying? And so that those have been things for me, you know what I mean, and especially with these podcasts. That's why everybody I've interviewed so far have all been my homies, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like these are the people I want to talk with, and you know, because you guys are all my friends are people all who I admire, you know, I mean, in one form of fashion, and it's like for me to hear y'all stories, it gives me affirmation in what I'm doing just with this podcast, you know what I mean? Because I don't know where this is going to lead to, but I'm fucking
It's a
running
good
with it.
start,
You know what
though,
I mean?
you know?
Yeah. And so, and with that too, bro. So it's like, what are some of the things that you're pursuing outside of dance? Because I know a lot of people know you as, you know, Jay Stryker, you know, previously Kid Stryker, and you know, the dancer. What are other things that you do, or things that you might be pursuing, especially during quarantine? Like, has there been any new passions birthed
For
or
me right now, I'm
interests?
still trying to find an internship, still trying to get into licensed therapy. I want to definitely become a licensed therapist to teach young adults or teenagers, adolescents, provide therapy to youth. You know, that's something that I'm very passionate about. I feel like I just feel like I've always been the guy that like people feel so easy to communicate with, and people feel it's so easy to communicate and tell them their problems to. So I feel like that was something I feel like is naturally my calling. I feel like I've learned to be a good listener, and I've learned to fall in love with people's stories and feel like, where can I fill in the gaps? If not, what is something that can help you? How are you getting to this point, or what can I do to provide information, or you know?
Hey, Garrett, you cut out there a little bit, brother. You still there? Hey, Garrett, you still there, bro? Uh-oh. I think I may have lost him. He's connected.
You hear
Hey,
me?
Brody. Yeah, I can
Okay,
hear
so
you,
what
bro. You
happened was
good?
it was an Amber Alert, so this just gotta pause everything. Sorry about that.
Oh, shit. Well, prayers up to whoever
Right,
got that
sorry
Amber
about that.
Alert,
What
man.
was I saying? What were you
Oh,
asking
you're
me?
good.
Sorry, I totally got lost track. It was like loud.
You were talking about, you know, you've learned to be a better listener and communicator, and about your passions about, you know, your like life coaching and
Yes,
stuff.
I think
Life
yeah,
therapist. There you go.
definitely something I'm planning on doing right now. In fact, I'm trying to still like find internships and become a graduate student and just be a mentee to somebody, you know, or find a mentor. Better yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, other than that, right now, I'm currently trying to get back into dance. I think one of the biggest things I've learned going out of state or being away from dance for so long is how much I've loved it, how much it's helped me grow as an individual. And it's also helped me recognize that I'm not done, you know. I feel like I've done a lot, but I haven't done enough, you know, and I still want to continue on my journey. I want to be the best. Obviously, I want to keep doing things. I want to win tournaments. I want to win ABS. I want to win Illis. You know, I want to do all these things too, and still be providing therapy to the community, so I could be of service in community in the long term as well. So not only do I want to
Mm.
utilize my psychology degree as a space where I'm only helping the youth or young adults, but I also want to help my community as well in the movement, you know, provide therapy to what's going on. A lot of us are traumatized. A lot of crumpers that we go, like, we're all traumatized. We all go through so many like similar stories, man. Like everybody goes through almost the same exact thing, but so different. So yeah.
Yeah, and that was something I do want to pick your brain on. Is we all face traumas, and you know, especially right now, I feel like a lot of the conversation has kind of quieted down, but I feel like a lot of Crumpers have faced a lot of social issues. You know what I mean? And whether it's police violence or just prejudice from people within our own communities or people from our own, people from within our own families and our own race. Like, you know what I mean? And what's something if you could just change one thing in America, let's not say the world, let's keep it small, you know what I'm saying? And within our own communities, within America, what's something that you would hope to see so that, our children don't go through those type of traumas or those type of
Man,
issues?
that is a really good question. Local government or like the overall world? How are we talking like now? Because now I really want.
Let's start with our immediate peoples, our
Damn,
people
I
right here
think
at home.
I want to say, given the current situation, everyone's in a space where we're trying to financially figure things out. I think creating just creating a way where we can fund our people more, where we can always be refurbished. I think financially becoming a financially smart economy, I feel is something I would want to see in the community, local community as well, and also like trying to figure out, or not just trying to figure out, but provide more resources and the needs for the people in poverty, the lower class, the middle class. So still trying to figure all those things out. Dang, man, I feel like I have so much more to say, but I have no. You do me a curveball question. It's just a hard question to answer.
Well, hey, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
complex issue too, you know what I mean? And I feel like in this day and age, like for myself, like I do feel like economic resources is probably one of the biggest issues that we got, you know what I mean? And I feel like in America we need to definitely fix that. Like there needs to be less of an economic divide, because why do a lot of us smoke weed, or why do a lot of us deal drugs or this and that? Is because either one, people ain't got money, so they're stressed, they want something to take the stress off, or they ain't got money, so they sell the drugs to get money. And there's kids going hungry at the house, so people need money, so they
Yeah,
steal, or they go and do
they
this,
become
that, and
part
the
of their own
third. And it's
environment,
like,
and it's like a lot of that's learned behavior, mind you, too. So it's kind of like
yes.
not only our pressures, our fathers, our cousins, our siblings, or even just someone who may influence us across the street doing it, but we're learning that behavior. We're becoming a product of that overall environment.
And for me, here in America, like I feel there needs to start being a shift in as far as how we label ourselves. You know what I mean? Like it's so crazy for me being a Native American. I hate saying that. I hate saying, "Oh, I'm a Native American." I'm an American, fam. Like, sorry about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to know exactly where my lineage hails from, yeah, I could tell you I'm a Latino Native. I'm a Lumbee Native American from this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? But for me, I feel like we get so caught up in Filipino, Haitian American, Mexican American, African American. And it's like, okay, yes, I understand that's where your lineage comes from. You to hold that hyphenation ancestry to a higher degree than the person standing beside us, I feel like all it's going to do is create bigger social gaps. We're not going to want to support the Chinese restaurant because that's a Chinese restaurant. That ain't a Native American restaurant, or that's a Mexican restaurant. I don't want to support that. That's a Mexican restaurant. I only want to support, my Italian restaurants. Like, I just feel like if we all support each other a little bit more, because at the end of the day, we're all Americans, whether you're here on, a visa, or you're here because, we got forced into a reservation, or you came on a ship, it don't matter. Like, we all need to start looking at each other across the table and all saying like, hey man, we all in a fucked up situation.
Right,
Like, you know
of
what I mean?
course. It's all about equality at that point. But I mean, it's sad because the world profits off inequality. So that's something. That's
Yeah,
not
man.
just. I feel like that's like a global issue,
Mm.
man. Like a global issue. That's deep. Deep.
Well, hey, man. Hey, I knew I could have this conversation with you because I see how how you rationalize some things and your intellect on it is like, okay, Garrett knows what the fuck he's talking about right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. I try. I always been somebody who just kind of wants more insight. I think information is so it's so intriguing. Like universe. Like one of the things that's always going to be recurring is information. So you never know enough. New information is just by me knowing how to like plant a leaf or plant a tree. That's new information, and that's something that's it's just reoccurring. And just knowing someone's name is new information. So information is just going to keep reoccurring, and that's something that I'm always kind of fascinated. Is just trying to figure out, like, dang, this is something I can apply to my life. This is something I can apply to. I don't know, just digging deeper on things, I guess.
Yeah, because I feel like right now in the age that we're living in, everybody's headline readers. Like, you know what I mean? They're headline readers, and it's like, okay, but what does the article say? You know what I mean? Like, okay, the statistics on, you know, okay, so the statistics on Native American, crime is this, but where are you gaining these numbers from? Gaining these who did you interview? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want more information. I don't want to just read this headline, like, like even the whole coronavirus shit, like there's so many headlines
Exactly.
about it, but it's like, all right, well, let's
That's
unpack it
something
a
that's
little bit.
very interesting. Go
Where are you
ahead.
guys getting these
Sorry.
numbers from? You know? So,
Go ahead. What's up?
so let me throw you a left hook on that
I
one.
don't know what it is. I'm being completely honest.
Do you think it's
I
a
don't like. I'm
conspiracy?
not going to even sit there and try to like be rational with you or try to make up a theory or try to like pretend like I know, but I don't know what it is. And that's me being honest. I recently, I'm just now finding out about the concept, like the idea of like 5G being one of the causes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just now kind of getting invested into that.
Yeah.
I just recently, right before I got here, I just recently understood that it came from the Chinese government. I remember like there was something about they knew about the virus and like some information got spread and we didn't take it seriously. I think it is true that we didn't take it like we definitely took it lightly because there's information and there's articles which I wish I could reference. I wish I could tell you the articles, but there's information in this article saying that we had information about the coronavirus back in January. We just took it lightly. So that's stuff I know, but everything else, man, I don't know. I wish I could tell you everything about it.
Dude, so I booked out on at my hotel that I
Really?
work at. There was a doctor from Wuhan, China. Yeah, and I mean, this guy, he was so Chinese. Like, like he
Yeah.
was talking to his phone, so his phone could talk to me. Type like didn't know no English, and we are having this conversation through his phone and through Google Translate, whatever. But he got to talking about how he's like, yeah, Hong Kong is different than the mainland, and he's like, once it came to Wuhan, we knew that there was trouble,
Really?
so we left. And I was like, oh, when was that? He goes, that was in January. And then I started hearing, and this was like February, beginning of February, and this is when you started hearing coronavirus this, coronavirus that, coronavirus this and that. It was like, oh shit. And I mean, to me, I feel like I feel like some of it is a little crazy because, you know, there's countries with no 5G that have coronavirus, numbers and outbreaks and shit happening. But then it is kind of suspicious that
Yeah.
5G is going up, and there's all this different talk about radiation and this and
Yeah,
that.
same.
So I don't knock it too much because I don't know enough about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Uh, but but there has been real people who've died, You know what I mean? And
Yes,
what's his
RP.
name? Ramon Barra, Kingpin Bless. He, yeah, God bless the dead. Fucking he died and he was infected with coronavirus, and there's been more people. You know what I mean? And so during all this shit, it's like I know, like to kind of bring it back full circle. I know it be taking a lot of toll on people's mental health, and it makes me wonder, and even to kind of bring that whole social injustice discussion into it is like I haven't heard much complaints about transgenders and washing their hands in a certain bathroom. I haven't heard, you know, because those are issues that
I
we
mean,
got. I
but you're
haven't
not
heard
going
anything
to,
about police
you're gonna
brutality in fucking
definitely.
four and a
Everyone's
half
decide,
months. I
bro.
haven't heard
That's
anything
something that
about.
is something like crazy. So it's just everyone's decide.
And well, yeah, everybody's inside, and I think right now, I think a lot of people are just kind of putting it down. Like we're saying, hey, like you're purple, I'm yellow, he's red, I'm green. Fuck it. You need help. I need toilet paper, and we're going to help each other out right now. I think, like, because for a while, especially, since well, I wouldn't want to say since Trump got elected, but definitely once he was elected in 2016, we saw a rise in KKK activity. We saw a rise in neo-Nazi activity in America. We saw a rise of
Yeah.
certain just racial issues. Even right now with the Chinese, like there's a lot of, and or not just Chinese, Asian
Oh
Americans
yeah. I
in
think a lot of
general. There's a
people
lot of
are
racial
like acute. Like there's
outlashing
this
towards it.
assumption that because you're associated with Asia, then there's like this assumption that you're not like of cleanliness, or you may know about it, or like I've heard stuff like that, and that's ridiculous. Like that's so ridiculous. Even the fact that we're going around calling it the Chinese
Yeah.
virus, because granted, yes, we have it came from China, but it was already named the coronavirus. Even giving it a name of like we're going to call it this, it's kind of crazy at this point. It's like wow, like because it's a combination of prejudice, racism. Well, racism and prejudice go together, but racism and a combination of fear. You know what I'm saying? That's in that. And it's crazy what we're creating because it's not about that. At this point, we have to work out what is the exact thing we can do to find a cure. Everyone wants to play the blame game. It's like everyone wants to play the blame game, but instead
Yeah.
of trying to find a
Yeah.
solution.
And and for me, I think it gets so much play in the media, like I was saying, like headline readers and shit, and people who see this stuff. It's like, to me though, I still feel that we are doing more good in the world than we are allowing things like, you know people calling it the Hong Kong flu, or Kung flu, or fucking the China virus or Chinese virus, or whatever the fuck they're calling it these days. I still feel that there's more of us banding together than standing apart, and I just feel that during this quarantine, people like you can kind of intellectualize that, and
Yeah,
people
I
like
do.
me,
I
we
mean, I
can
think we just have to
intellectualize these
critically
things.
evaluate things
You
we
know what I'm
make.
saying?
For me, people who are going into this always feel as if that we should not fall into mass hysteria, meaning that we should not fall into this thing where this person died. We have this amount of death rates. Let's carefully evaluate the recoveries. And I was just telling my brother, I feel like it'd be more effective if we went about what's the population of the states that has the most recovery. What are they doing to estimate that, and what are they doing to like cure all these people and whatnot? What are they doing different than what New York isn't doing, or what California is doing? What the majority of the population of people who have the corona at, So I think just take care of hygiene and just critically evaluate things and don't be afraid of the statistics. I take the time. Honestly, I've taken the time to just work on myself and just not. And I purposely haven't been keeping up with everything that's going on around it, because when you keep up with it, it kind of you can't help but be instilled a fear because of what they're telling you about people dying, about like people are telling you this and that about like this person dying. People give you sob stories about it, which is justifiable, right? But at the same time, I don't want to live in this fear as if I'm like, oh, like it's like I'm not going to be in this state of paranoia about it, knowing that there's statistics, knowing that there's information saying that there's people countering it. China is now lower than us, actually lower than another state too. We're the highest continent right now. I mean, the U.S. like as an overall country, we're the highest right now. So versus China, now they've had the most recoveries. So now we have to figure out. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think we have to figure out our resources and recollect our resources in this time. That was a lot. Sorry.
Yeah, and no, that was perfect because it's so true. I feel like, instead of focusing on the negative, where that's going to breed nothing but anxiety and panic, hysteria, and these, like lower planet type of fucking feelings. You know what I mean? Like, let's focus on what we can do right and look towards our other nations who are doing good.
Exactly.
Like when's the last time we heard any kind of news out of Cuba and what their fucking numbers are? But they were sending, relief aid to other places in the world. So they must be doing all right. And Germany has one of the best. I mean, I think it's from all the beer they drink, but they got some of the best, they got some of the best numbers, you know what I mean? And what's Russia's numbers look like? You know what I'm saying? And some of these what about Canada? You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow,
And
nice.
Canada's giving their citizens $2,000 for their stimulus. So it's like, so it's kind of like, okay, I love the nation I live in. I'm American in and out, but let's look around and
Yeah,
kind of see what we
because
can do
it's not
to what's the best
like
word?
it's
I
not
guess
just a
mirror
Eurocentric
mirror.
issue. It's not just a America centric issue. It's a global issue. So I think each country has, and we have our beat. Like we're the allied
Mm-hmm.
power. So I think it'd be a lot easier to get our resources and get information as if it was like the UK or France or Germany or somewhere in that range that was providing a lot more like updates and like recoveries. But it's China, so I know, and we've had a issue with China. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, man, I think it's a global. I wish it was just an issue where we can
Mm-hmm.
all band together and grab and find information to just see it and just heal the planet, but it's not. I think personally, side note, I think personally, what we've been doing as America, we have been making a lot of great like sub solutions to a lot of problems in quarantine. And I say that because the stimulus is check. It's like, bear with me, it's a sub solution. I said sub solution because it's a solution to all of us not working right now. A lot of us are unemployed. There's essential workers out there that are working and they get extra dollars and extra work and everything. However, a lot of us are unemployed. A lot of us aren't getting refunded for like have to still pay certain bills, especially now because our light bill is probably going to be a lot higher. Water is going to be a lot higher. You know what I'm saying? The rent is going to be the same, but light with the uses of a light of electricity is going to be higher now. The uses of water is going to be higher now. We're watching all, so those bills have to be paid. So the stimulus check is a solution, but ever the big overall solution
Yep.
should be how we're going to cure this. But the stimulus check right now is the biggest sub solution right now. So we're doing, I think America or every country right now is doing a really good job at maintaining a sub solution right now. Like we're making a lot of solutions that are helping us, that can help us in the long term game, mind you, and it is helping us in the prepare for a future outside of quarantine. But we definitely have to worry about how the fuck are we not going to? How the fuck are we going to recover from this? How the fuck are we going to get all these people to recover? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something we still have to worry about. But yeah,
Yeah. See, and right now too, like as far as America and everything we're doing to come together, I hope you know, like even just tying it in with the rest of our conversation, you know what I mean? I hope that we're able to tie this in and say, like, man, listen, we cooperated during quarantine. We all looked at each other in the eye and said, all right, I'm gonna go home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm gonna be home for 40 days now. Yeah, I think we're at 40 days now. Like, how can we, you know, how can I look at you now and come to an agreement because we come from a different race, religion, and creed? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how can I look at you and say, you know, during this time, you know, we assisted each other. Now, how do we do this, you know, in normal life when our life doesn't depend on it? You know what I mean? Because I feel like us being able to, you know, co-inhabit this earth, it's essential. You know what I mean? It's a part
Right.
of it's a natural balance of the earth, and I just hope, I really hope that this shit continues forward, man. Well, listen, bro, we're coming here at the end, and I've been getting everybody their chance to do their, like, you know, their gym of the day or their quote of the day.
I would
What's
always
something
say
that you
just
want to leave the people with as we wrap this
work
up?
on yourself in this time of quarantine. Work on yourself. I think everyone is. I do believe that not everyone, but majority of people will come out of this with some type of revelation, and I hope that in that space that we are working towards that. We're working to evolve and to grow, because society itself is changing. That the not just our society, but the way we carry ourselves in the public and how we carry ourselves as far as hygiene will change and whatnot. The cost of demand for certain things are going to be different now. And the demands and the needs for certain things will be different now. So I think with that changing, we ourselves have to change as well. So I would just advise people to just take time to change and take time to find something new about yourself in this time. Mm.
Woo! That's a
Oh, of course,
bomb for
bro.
you people,
You know,
man.
I'm
Garrett,
so
bro, thank
honored
you so much for
to
doing
be
this, dog. We got to
one of
do
the
it again,
first
bro.
people on this podcast. It makes me feel really like, yo, you feel like the fact that you, like, cause I'm so humble, like the fact that you feel like, damn, I would like one of my friends to speak on my podcast because I trust his intellect and trust his morality. Thank you for that. Really, I do appreciate it.
Hey, bro, it's, you know,
Of
it's nothing
course.
but love, man. And like you said, I really do. I value your intellect, man, and I value
Oh
your friendship, bro.
man,
You know what I
I
mean?
miss y'all. I
And
really
after this
do.
quarantine, bro, before you head back east, we got to hang out, chill out, you know. I know. Hey, and
Yeah, I don't know what
when
was
we did the
happening, and then my
podcast with the
mic
rest of
wasn't
the
on
camp, I
either. I
seen
don't
that
know
you
what was
got
going
on,
on, but I'm
but then the
glad to
app
be on
kicked you
now, though.
out, and it's like, fuck. Hell yeah, that's why I was like, oh shit, he didn't get in on this. Fuck it, I'm gonna set aside some time for him personally then and make sure that I get him on there and hear his voice. Uh, well, all right, bro. Listen, dog. Thank you and
All right, man.
everybody listening. This has been the
All right,
smoking
late.
section. I hope you guys stay